James. Robert didn't have much to say except that James was more quiet than his own baby brother Ben, and that James asked for his mother all the time. Robert described how John didn't like babies, but that Robert did. He wished that he could kick John's face in. Go ahead, said the psychiatrist, referring to the dolls, and Robert acted out one doll beating up on the other. When Robert discussed his family with the psychiatrist, she found that Robert was defensive about his mother's drinking. He had a repetitive nightmare in which he was chasing someone, running into the street, and then being struck by a car. In the end, the psychiatrist reported that Robert was way above average intelligence, very common among violent offenders, and exhibited no sign of mental illness or depression, but that he was currently displaying symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, no joke. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be? So, again, lots more you can read on this. I mean, pages and pages and pages. But the fact of the matter is, you've got, two 10-year-old boys who committed horrible crimes. And when you look at their childhood, you see this lack of unity in the family. You see alcoholism. You see probably a lack of attachment to the mother of Robert. And all of those things are severely traumatic to children. And we don't, society, we think children are resilient. And yes, children are resilient. But there are some things that they're just not, that just cause such permanent damage, especially when they're young. And you're seeing it played out here in front of your eyes. We just covered a story with a very deep, dark causation. Both of these families had issues. Bullying was a part of this. All the things that we know can cause major problems. And I think, the mother was trying to help when she kept moving that child from school to school. But if you know anything about kids, if you're the new kid in school, sometimes you're bullied just for being the new kid at school. So I don't really know if anything she could have done would have made this any different or come out any different. But it clearly shows that these two boys were victims in their own way. And then that was manifested as a measure of control because they wanted to become the perpetrator. They wanted to become the one in charge and making those decisions. And regardless of who was responsible for the idea, the other person did not try to stop it. So they were both guilty. You do not have to have your hands dirty to be guilty. You just have to merely do nothing. Like those 38 people. Technically speaking, they could be held liable because they didn't do anything to help James get out of that situation, even though they saw him, bruised up, cut up, crying, asking for his mother. They didn't do anything. So it's one of the worst stories I've ever read. And I think one that we can learn a lot from. We can learn so much from this story. Certainly that it emphasizes the fact that we have to pay attention to bullying. We have to make sure that our family units are intact. We have to find out how these environments, how we can help these people have more positive environments so that we do not have these situations like this. It is heartbreaking. There's nothing good about this. The only thing that could come out of this that would be good is if James's death could be used to save other children by using information that we glean from the interviews of these two children. And that's really what our goal is, That's really what our goal is. So thank you all for listening. This has been a very long one. Sorry that it's in 2 parts, but certainly you get closure in this one instead of just that really fast, rapid cutoff that you got in the last one. So thanks again also for tuning in to all my other episodes. You're good and faithful listeners, and I really do appreciate that. If you ever want to talk or chat, if you have questions or thoughts, as always, you can contact me at Dr. Kimberly Cassidy 89 at gmail.com. Be sure and check out the webpage and the Facebook page. You'll see videos on the Facebook page of upcoming episodes, so that'll keep you up to date as well. Have a great day and stay safe.